On a rain-soaked afternoon, when the sky wept without pause, a mother cat and her little kitten huddled under the rusted gate of a small restaurant. They were so thin you could see the outline of their ribs beneath their damp fur. The mother's blue eyes carried an old sadness. The kitten's gaze was something even heavier, hunger mixed with curiosity. Inside the restaurant, warmth glowed. Tables filled with people laughing, sipping steaming soup, tearing soft bread. The smell of food drifted through the glass wall and wrapped itself around the mother and child like a cruel reminder. For a moment, the kitten simply stared, his small paws pressed on the wet pavement. His whiskers twitched. Then, as if some invisible thread pulled him, he stepped closer. He rose on trembling hind legs and rested a tiny paw on the glass. His claws tapped the surface just once, a sound so faint it was almost a sigh. But it was enough. The restaurant manager noticed. He was a man with too many worries, too little patience. He strode over, his face darkening. "Shoo, get away from here!" he barked, waving his hands as though they were nothing but pests. Startled, the kitten leapt back and pressed against his mother's side. The mother cat lowered her head, as if to apologize for existing. Raindrops clung to her whiskers like tears. The manager turned and walked away, muttering. Inside, people resumed their meals, not sparing a glance at the little family outside the glass. But someone had seen it all. Across the road, under a faded blue tarpaulin, a street-side fruit seller watched. He had set up his stall of guavas and bananas that morning. Business was slow in the rain. He watched the mother cat licking her kitten's wet fur, trying to comfort him, even as her own stomach twisted in emptiness. He felt something tighten in his chest. When the rain eased to a drizzle, he walked across the road, his sandals slapping puddles. He crouched near the cats. "Hey there," he said softly, though he knew they wouldn't answer. "I don't have much, but you don't have to be out here." The kitten peered up, blinking water from his eyes. The seller stretched out his hand, slowly, gently, and placed a piece of banana on the ground. The kitten sniffed it, then looked at his mother. Only when she nodded, he took a cautious bite. Something unspoken passed between the three of them, a fragile trust. The seller stood and sighed. "Come on, my house is small, but it's dry, and there's food." He began to walk away, glancing back every few steps. The mother cat hesitated, her instincts warring with her desperation. Finally, she lifted the kitten by the scruff and followed. They reached his tiny home, a single room behind the fruit stall. He spread an old cloth by the stove and opened a sack of rice. He set down a bowl of warm milk. That night, the mother cat and her child curled up by the kitchen. The kitten slept with his belly full for the first time in days. The days became weeks. The weeks became months. Every morning, the seller left to set up his stall. The cats would watch the doorway until he disappeared around the corner. While he was away, the mother cat would gently prepare their meal in the kitchen, pushing small pieces of fruit or rice into a little bowl. Then she and the kitten would wait patiently by the window, watching for him to return. And when he finally came home, they ate their meal together, happy in each other's company. Soon, the seller started making better profits. His kindness rippled out. Regular customers, more trust. Enough savings to rent a small piece of land and plant his own fruit trees. When the fruit farm grew, the cats grew with it. The kitten became a lithe young cat, patrolling the rows of guava and mango saplings. The mother rested under the shade, her eyes finally calm. Neighbors sometimes said the seller was lucky. His business had flourished so fast. But he knew the truth. It wasn't luck. It was what happens when you show compassion, even when no one is watching. And on the evenings when the sun set behind the trees, he'd sit on the porch. The mother cat would curl beside him. The younger cat chased fireflies across the grass. For the first time in a long time, none of them were hungry. None of them was alone. Because sometimes, when hope fades away, it finds its way back in the gentle hands of a stranger who cares enough to stop. If you liked this story and want to know more about animals and birds' emotions, then watch the video on the left side of your screen, and I assure you that you'll definitely like that as well. Do just one like and share this video to spread your compassion to the world. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel to watch more motivational and moral stories regularly. Thank you, and take care.